Okay, this is the third time I started this video. I've had a phone call on 2 of them, and I do not know how to pause this thing. So I'm starting on my camera. I have set a timer for 15 minutes, which I've probably lost 2 minutes now. But anyway, at 15 minutes, I'm going to stop what I'm doing, and whatever we have done on the book box at that time, that's what we'll have done. So, the box has come together. The lid is on, and the panels that's swing in and out are on, and I have put the magnet onto the bottom panel to close with the lid. And the way I did that is I put the panels together, made sure they were evenly spaced on each side of the lid. Then I took my magnet, put some glue on it, and flipped it in there to connect with the magnet on the lid. Let it dry for just a few seconds. Then I took it off, and then I had the image of my magnet there so I could cut my circle out to put my magnet back into my chipboard with. So I got that done. I had clamped them together so they wouldn't come apart. And see how the panels are sliding in and out, or swinging back and forth? Okay? So our next step is going to be to put our, I need to cover this for just a minute, this tape on this panel. It's going to put our paper on here before we put our boxes in. And we have to cover our panels here before we put our boxes in. This is what I'm going to use for the inside of my lid. Okay? So, what I'm going to do is, I'd like to have these cameras kind of centered in the center. So I'm going to center these. I'm going to center my cut, the cameras. I need it to be, I want an 1/8 inch on each side. That's 11 1/8. So 10 7/8 will give me an 1/8 inch on each side. 10 7/8. What's half of 10 7/8? Let's see. 10 7/8. Half of 10 is 5 1/2. Half of 11 is 5 1/2, Judy. Okay, so half of 11. Let's do that. Let's just do that. That's going to be easier. That'll leave just a hair dab on each side, because that's 11 1/8, I think. So that'll just leave a dab. So we will do that. Get my cutting board up here. Of course, all I had to do was cut a 1/2 inch off each side of this 12-inch paper. You know that, right? I made it a little bit complicated there for some reason. And now this bottom box is going to come in by 2 1/4. So we want to I may have to piece. Where do I want to piece that at? Let's piece it up there. Let's bring it down this way about 1/2 inch. so it will be covered. Okay. And we barely have anything showing on this side. So I'm going to go take just a hair dab off each side again. Just a hair. Just a hair off each side. Just a, not even probably a 16th, just barely have my just a sliver. See? Just a sliver is all I'm taking off each side. Little sliver. Little sliver off this side. See? Just a sliver. And that'll give us, should give us a good edging on our paper. Should give us a good edging. Let's see. Kind of hard to work with this like this. Let's turn it this way. It'll be upside down to you. But I need to see what I'm doing. Make sure I'm not in these hinges. And I am. Another sliver or two. Reason I do it, I'm sure you know, reason we do it this way is so that we don't take too much and then not have enough on our paper, on our box to cover. Like I said, I was going to come down to the box is going to be at 2 1/4. So I want to bring paper down 2 3/4 from there. Okay. So here's where I want to bring the paper. That's just a rough there to let me know where I want to put it. Okay, now let's make sure, oh good, we're not on the hinges. That paper there is causing it to crinkle up. Okay, we're not on the hinges. Off the hinges there. I don't want to cut any more off of that. So what I'm going to do is take a little bit off this from this hinge down. So let's put it here where we want it on that mark that I made. Let's get it straight on this lid where we want it. And now I'm just going to mark right there. And I'm going to come in about 1/8 of an inch. Yeah. I moved it. There we go. 1/8 of an inch. There we go. Let's put it on our line. Redo. There we go. There we go. Okay. Alright. And then what we want to do is we need to draw, we need to make our edging up here. Eighth of an inch. Yep. There we go. We're just going to do it like this. Hope you can see that. I slayed that down and eyeballed an eighth of an inch, what I thought looked like an eighth of an inch. And I'm going to cut this paper. You'd think something like this shouldn't take this long, wouldn't you? My family says I'm OCD. There we go. Alright, now I'm going to ink the edge of it, and then I'm going to put that piece down. Then try to decide what I'm going to do about the other end of that lid. Okie dokie. Let's get the tape out. I'm going to use the 1/4 inch tape today. That one's all gone, so let's use the 1/2 inch to finish it up with. Like I said, I don't like for it to bulge or crinkle, so I will be covering the hinges. I'll show you what I mean in just a minute. I don't know if you don't make books or boxes, you may not know what I'm talking about. I don't know. And we're going to burnish. This might be all we get done in 15 minutes. I'm going to have to get me a different memory card. One that'll last at least 30 minutes instead of 20. Now the way I usually do this is find my tweezers. I try to line up one side at a time, and then I lay down my other side. Even on each side. Okay. Now I've got that side taped down, so now I can raise this up and take this tape off. And this one. And this one. Okay. If you don't close the lid up on that glue, it dries out really fast. Now we're going to burnish it. Perfect. That's perfect. And look at that. And it closes up good. See? Closes up real good. And then the box is 2 1/4. That's going to come down here. And here. And it'll fit right there. And I'll piece this. I'll find something to do there to make that look gorgeous. And now for these side panels, we're also going to use the camera on the inside of these. So I have that right here, and think I can do that one upside down. They're just straight lines. Okay. And we need it to be 3 3/4. Six and a quarter, because we want to cover all of this. 3 3/4 by 6 1/4, and that'll be for both sides. I'm going to turn our camera to where they'll be at the bottom. Did I say 6 3/4? Or did I mean 6 1/2? 6 3/8. 6 3/8, people. Judy Ann. This will go on that one. Three 3/4. Six 3/8. That's for the two there. This one will be 6